Hello and welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.
My name is Sub, this is SubStanceFtbl, and today we're going to be looking at the Shinplex Shinpads which they have kindly sent me. And don't bother trying to pause and try and find my address. I know some of you are weird, I ripped it off anyway. So just opening it up, it comes with two things. So, the kind of like the box with the Shinpads inside, which is quite, plush. You don't see Shinpads coming in such a nice bit of packaging. So on the front it says, it has the Shinplex branding. And then on the back it has, again, a bit more branding, and then it has this unique QR code, which, if you scan, it will give you the instructions on how to actually, mold your shin pads properly. And along with that, it comes with a set of, leg sleeves for your shin pads. So if you don't know what these are, essentially they're like leg sleeves with like a kangaroo pouch, so you can actually place your shin pads in so they don't start falling out or moving around all over the place while you're playing. So this is me just opening on the box with the shin pads in, just so you see. So comes with this little note, so let's read it. So actually, you can pause and read that for yourself.
I said, it sounds like Johnny can't read.
And then inside you have before I move on again, so yeah, how to mold, it has the instructions, so you just scan the QR code and Bob's your uncle. So inside we have, again, a bit more kind of very plush packaging as well, so like this kind of satiny and then this kind of foam underneath to, I guess, protect the shin pads. So the shin pads comes in like 4 different pieces. So you've got your foam, which I guess you kind of put on the inside of the corresponding shin pad, and then you have the shin pad. So as you can see, they're just like a flat piece of plastic which will mold when you apply heat to it. And then I'll actually explain to you, because I have a degree in material science and engineering, how this actually works. So it's not necessarily to do with like a low melting point, but like you're along the right lines, I'd say, but like there's a bit more to it just than that. So let's get into it. Now, the way these shin pads work and why they're able to do what they do is because of a phenomenon in the material science world, which we call the glass transition temperature. And this is something we observe in plastics and metals. Now, as you expose a material to an increase in temperature before you get to the melting point, you see this phenomena in which it's almost like a pseudo change of state, in which the material goes from this kind of like rigid, the word that is used in materials a lot is glassy, and then once you go over this temperature, it becomes very soft, malleable and moldable. And this is what we're going to see here with the Shinplex Shinpads. So essentially, you expose them to the hot water, they go past the glass transition temperature and go from like the rigid body that they are to a more kind of moldable one. And then you take them out of the hot water, place them on your shin pads, and they'll cool down and eventually harden and become that rigid kind of glassy state again. I should also mention that the plastic that is used for the shin pad is probably in like this 2 kind of categories of plastic. So there's thermosetting and there's thermoplastic. So the shin pads are a thermoplastic, so essentially that just means that they can be reheated and remolded probably infinite amount of times without them ever burning. Thermosetting, you can only heat up and mold it once, and then if you try it again, it will start burning. And then I should also mention earlier, like the foam that you saw in the unboxing part of the video is for shock absorption. So, it's not good enough that your shin pads are protected. They have to also absorb the shock, otherwise you're gonna still feel a bit of pain. And once you do actually apply this layer of shock protection, you cannot remold your shin pads. So make sure you're happy with the shape of your shin pad before you apply the layer of shock absorption. The shin pads are actually very lightweight as well. They only weigh around 52 grams. So here you can see that I'm wearing the leg sleeves that come with the shin pads, and inside the sleeves themselves are the shin pads. The shin pads are actually very small. Well, I wouldn't say very, but they are on the smaller side. So if you're someone who wears like your socks low, this is still a good option for you. And comfort wise, I can't really describe the comfort, because when you're wearing them, it feels like there's nothing there. It's pretty distractionless, which is really what you want in a pair of shin pads. I also did a few drills just to see if the leg sleeves would fall while I was playing. And to be honest, for most of the drills, they pretty much stayed in place. After a while, when I did some shooting drills, if you can call them drills, they did fall a bit, but it's not to the point where my shin pads leaning to the left or anything ridiculous. I didn't just have to pull them up. I wouldn't say it has to do anything with the leg sleeves themselves, more that, I don't have Roberto Carlos's legs or whatever. So it might just be that. The leg sleeves as well, I probably should have mentioned earlier. They're very comfortable. They're not tight like some people might assume. They're actually quite chew on your legs. So yeah, don't worry about that. all in all, these are a great pair of shin pads. They're not too bulky, they're lightweight, and it's like when you're wearing them, it feels like they're not there, which is really what you want, a distractionless playing experience. And that's been it for the video, guys. If you would like to get a pair of moldable shin pads from Shinplex yourself, I'm going to leave a link to their website in the description, so be sure to check them out. If you like the video, like always, like the video, or should I say, if you follow Sublime, like the video, is probably a better way, or like it goes with my routine, whatever. But yeah, if you thought the video Sublime, like the video, if you thought it was subpar, comment down why. I always look to improve my video, so tell me what I can improve on. If you're enjoying like football equipment videos on boots, reviews, all that kind of stuff, check out my channel and be sure to subscribe as well. I'm also on their various socials, so X, I'm still going to call it Twitter, I'm going to call it Twitter, IG, TikTok, Twitch, which I will start using soon. I don't know what soon is, but yeah, follow me there anyway. And like always, thank you for watching. My name is Sub, this is SubStanceFtbl. See you next time.